Welcome back to The Goodness Habit, where joy is a muscle and we're learning how to flex it. I'm your host, Hannah, and today I want to talk about something that all of us are craving. It's not a food, it's not a drink, though I could talk about those kinds of cravings all day. These days, I've been into pickles. No, I'm not pregnant, but I don't know. I guess I'm in my pickle era. But what I'm talking about is rest, and not necessarily a nap. I mean the kind of rest where your mind settles, where the tension in your body leaves, and where you stop feeling like you're carrying the entire world on your shoulders. And honestly, these days, the end of days, no, I'm just kidding. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it is. Only God knows. The chaos that you feel and carry isn't always directly tied to motherhood. The world is constantly telling you what you need to pay attention to, what you need to care about. So the chaos doesn't always feel like it just lives within the four walls of your house. Life in general can just feel so loud. But I want to encourage you today and remind you that in the middle of all that noise, Scripture gives us a very simple command and tells us exactly what to do. Psalm 46:10, a very famous verse, "Be still and know that I am God." Now, I mentioned this verse 2 episodes ago, and I thought about doing, kind of a semi-deep dive into it, and I thought, you know what, this week I'm going to do it. So here we go. It's one of the most quoted verses in the Bible, but it's also, I think, one of the most misunderstood. Because when we picture that verse, most of us, at least I do, imagine something super peaceful. Quiet lake, maybe a mountain view, you're looking out onto the ocean waves, maybe a devotional journal and a cup of coffee with the birds twittering behind you. But that's not the setting of Psalm 46. Not even close. Psalm 46 describes chaos. I'm going to start with verse 1. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear. Though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging, there is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. The sons of Korah, who are the authors, are writing this in the present tense. They're writing upheaval language here. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea. They're writing in the present tense. And then I love in verse 4 where it says, there is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. So after they talk about the mountains falling apart, the roaring sea, the earth giving way, these huge things, they come back to a little river with its cute little streams, making glad the city of God. It takes this tiny little thing and says, yes, this is beautiful. This is great. Put that in the context of gratitude. You may be walking through huge, awful, terrible, gigantic life circumstances right now. They look like Mount Everest. But despite its gigantic nature, there is still a river that can make your heart glad, that can give your heart hope. Verse 5 says, God is within her. She will not fall. But the key here is verse 10, be still and know that I am God. So what does be still actually look and feel like? The Hebrew phrase used here means something deeper than just sitting quietly. It's rafah, and it means to let go, release, stop striving, loosen your grip. It's almost as if God is saying, you can stop trying to hold the entire world together. Because here's the truth we often forget as moms. We're not God. We're responsible for loving our children, directing them onto the right path. We're not responsible for controlling every outcome of their lives. I came across this post a long time ago and I will never forget it. It said, you cannot stop your child from their testimony. Now, I believe testimonies don't have to come from really hard things. I think every day can be a testimony. But usually the ones that are most imprinted in your mind are a result of really hard life events. But as moms, we naturally want to protect our kids, right? And we carry that pressure everywhere to get everything right, to anticipate every problem, protect them from every hardship. But that was never our job. That is not our job. If we say the wrong thing, will it scar them forever? If we miss something important, will it affect their future? If we don't do enough, are we failing them? And slowly, without even realizing it, we begin gripping tighter and tighter and tighter until we're losing our minds. But Psalm 46 kind of says, stop it. You're not the one holding the universe together. God is. And when you remember that truth, something inside your body can begin to relax. But here's the other thing about being still. Sometimes, a lot of times, it doesn't mean life suddenly becomes quiet. I mean, think about the context of Psalm 46. It says nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. So when the sons of Korah were writing, "Be still," perhaps battles were happening right in front of them. I mean, think about battles in movies. They're loud, they are chaotic, there's blood everywhere, people screaming. I mean, it's awful. In modern day life, it could mean your toddler is screaming, your inbox is so full that you're completely overwhelmed by it. If we can learn to take micro moments to be still and know that God is God, you can find calm faster, you can stress less. Now, I talk a lot about the brain on the goodness habit and retraining our brains for calm and for joy and presence. But retraining takes practice, and that's the same for stillness. Stillness is something we have to practice. Sometimes it's taking a slow breath. Sometimes it's whispering a really short prayer. Micro prayers are amazing. I love them. Sometimes it's releasing the thought that you must solve everything right now. I just read a brain book on thoughts and how we have so many of them, but not all of them deserve our attention. Some of them are mental events and you just let them pass. I think I'm going to do an episode on that because it was super interesting. So follow the show to get a notification about that one. But at the end of the day, you're simply reminding yourself, God is God. Invite him into your chaotic moment. And honestly, you may still have that responsibility on your shoulders that's stressing you out, but to approach it in a calm, refreshed way because you took a moment to be still, because you took a moment with God, is going to give you so much more peace and more joy to tackle that thing. If this episode encouraged you, share it with another mom who might need a reminder to rest in the middle of the chaos. And if you want more encouragement that blends faith and brain science together, you could join my weekly encouragement emails in the show notes. Thanks for being here, my friend. And remember, not every day is good, but there is good in every day.